Yes, good afternoon. My black and happily committed friends, family, and tribe. My name is Ram Tuff, and I'm here. I wanted to go ahead and start this group, this support group that my wife and I have decided to go ahead and put together. Any community, the cornerstone of said community is a family. And a black family has never really been allowed to come together like it should have, especially post Civil War. Civil War. I mean, not to get too into it historically, but it has been a pattern where it's always been systematically pushed apart from one another. And I think our divide between men and women could not be wider than black men and black women cannot be wider than what it is today. All right, and that really has to stop. It has to change. We have to reverse directions and start looking to come together. All right. And the first thing really is the first thing we have to do is acknowledge that there's a problem. And to me, it's a huge problem. Out of um, out of wedlock birth rate, the decline of marriages, decline of our black women getting married, not only getting married but staying married, and not just being married to be married, but also being married to have happy, fulfilling, um, enjoyable unions with the opposite sex. And for that, that's where we devised this group. Being black, definitely proud to be a black man. Want to be any other race besides that. I'm looking to get black men and black women that feel the same as me. When I say committed, then again, I mean, that's actually kind of a little play on words because I think if you're been with someone for a significant amount of time, then you're not always happy. But you still can be committed. And that commitment is a key word for me because what it says to me is that it's not about feelings. And I think a lot of times our world today is based on how you feel. Um, and marriage, raising children, our community is not about feelings. It's about being committed, about being dedicated to being there, being present, day in and day out, about providing the love, the nurturing, the support, the guidance that our children need, that our young adults need, and pointing them in the right direction to be able to go ahead and lead their families. All right. And being there for the long term. Hey, we're human. We're going to make mistakes. Um, again, we have to practice forgiveness with one another. Um, and accept apologies, but also really apologize and really look to make an adjustment. And you do that by changing your behavior, not apologizing and doing the same thing or trying to sweep it underneath the rug. That's not how it should go. All right, but we definitely look to again get like-minded people together and get us on, just to go ahead and create a dialogue. Again, I expect to have people with varying level of experience as far as real life marriages or commitments, raising children. I have plenty of stories. My wife and I have plenty of stories as far as our experience raising our three sons. Um, again, I mean, to share a little bit about myself, I've been married for 19 years. It'll be 20 years in October. I've been in a relationship with my wife for 25 years total, so more than half my life I've been with her. During that time, we've had ups and downs, just a lot of growing, a lot of growing. Um, again, I think that over the last time we really have made some significant strides as far as improving, and learning from one another. I think a lot of times, in today's world, it seems like we don't have that commitment anymore. When you do something that the other person doesn't like, or the other person does something that you don't like, it's like, oh, forget you. I'm going to move on. I'm going to find somebody else. And, sometimes it may be needed, but sometimes it may be short-sighted. Can we get to the point where as though we're able to get past, some of the past hurt that we've experienced? Now, black people as a collective, we forgive a lot of people. We really do. We forgive a lot of people, but we don't forgive each other. And that's also something that has to change. But again, like I said, to me, forgiveness begins with an acknowledgement, a sincere apology as far as with the past behavior, a sincere internal reflection on what that behavior was and the damage that it caused, and what kind of course corrections can be made to prevent that behavior from coming. And that's whatever it takes. A lot of times it may be a change in location. Definitely, most time it's going to at least be a change in your association, who you're hanging around with. Getting new friends, maybe distancing yourself from family members. But we're looking to be on a positive. Again, I think that we need to focus on raising our youth to be husbands and wives. I have an idea inside my head as far as what that would look like from the man's side. On the woman's side, I think, again, my wife would look to go ahead and be the point person on that, but definitely look to get feedback from other women as well. And then we come together as men and women and have discussions, and we look to pass the positive things onto our youth. The thing is that raising 3 sons, I look at how our women are being portrayed through the media, on TV, and things of that nature, and the picture doesn't look good. Do I want to have? Are these type of women? Again, the TV is only so much. I'm not. It's not the end all, but it does have a high influence on our youth. Who's raising the next generation? Are we really adequately preparing them to be husbands and wives and move into that role to lead our community? That's what we have to think about, and those are kind of discussions that I would like to have. All right. But again, I know I'm rambling a little bit. We're gonna do some things that definitely is going to be exciting. We look to go ahead and read some different literature, different books. Our liberation's already been written already. I really feel that in my heart. It's a matter of us getting exposed to the literature. It's kind of getting on the same, similar vibe, similar frequency, whereas we're working together. But again, it's in my heart of heart. I know it starts with the family, starting with the man, woman, child, coming together, creating a strong family, and then connecting with other strong families. Again, we don't need a lot of people. We don't need a lot. It's not for everyone. But if this kind of resonates with you and you feel like, hey, this is something I want to be a part of, we welcome you with open arms. The first book that we're going to read, this isn't a leadership group. There's no leaders in here. This is a support group. As husbands and wives, as men and women, we're all in charge of our households. We all have to do what we think is best for those households. Um, but what I would like us to do is to go ahead and share different thoughts, different ideologies, different ways of doing things, and just being open to different ideas, and seeing what we can do as far as bring our group together and really maybe bring our expectations. I think a lot of times the thing with marriage and long-term relationships is that our expectations don't necessarily fall in line with reality. And we come in there expecting, say, hey, I expect you to do this. I expect you to do that. And the other person's like, no, well, I didn't expect to do that. I didn't expect to do this. And sometimes that creates a disconnect, or it does create a disconnect. But again, I mean, if we really dig into it, then I think we can find some answers. And again, I think it comes down to each one of us individually looking to make that commitment to ourselves, number one, to our partners, number two, well, actually to the higher power, number one, to ourselves, number two, to our spouse, number three, or significant other, number three, family, number four. So again, this is me, Ram Tough. Just giving you an introduction to Black and Happily Committed. The first book we want to read is Race First. The ideological and organizational struggles of Marcus Garvey and Universal Negro Improvement Association, written by Tony Martin. Get your copy. All right. Try to find a Black-owned bookstore online and order from there if you can. If not, just try to get it as from any other sources. Also maybe look for the library or secondhand stores if you can find it. But again, we're going to start reading that book in about 2 weeks. We look to be done within a month. I have one other book I would like to start. After that, we'd be wide open. Again, we're looking to just create a community where as though we can go ahead and talk about the struggles, the triumphs of long-term committed relationships. I know it has a bad rap. Right now, from just looking on the community, but I don't think that we're not equipping the right tools to our youth. I know, it's been work. It's been work for my wife and I to get to the point where we are. However, would I do it again? Yes, I would. I just wish I had, again, more tools going in, more experience, and that's something that I didn't necessarily have access to. I'm definitely looking to be that guidance for my sons, and I would like to share my experience and knowledge with other people, as well as other people share experience and knowledge with me as well, and with us. So that's basically the bottom line. I mean, I think it'd be a good thing. Again, we're just into education, elevation, and again, we gotta right the ship. If we, the way I see our community, this country, everything's going, and we're at a tipping point right now. We're at a tipping point. If it keeps on going this way, there's not any turning back. Black women, black men, we're just not seeing eye to eye. We're not working together, and this country is putting things in place whereas though, again, it's not going to be good. It's going to be other options that both parties, black men and black women, will go ahead and take, and after a while, it's going to be done. So, um, again, I think it just starts with a small group, just about people that are looking to be around like-minded people, and we can just make the change. We can make the change. All right, truly, hearts to hearts, and I look forward to you joining this group. So try to share it if you can, like it, share it. Again, this is Ram Tough with Black and Happily Committed. I'm sending out the alarm, sounding the trumpet for the tribe to come together. All right, as black men and black women, being committed to one another, and looking to raise a strong black family, and looking to go ahead and bring our men back in good standing where we've been, where we need to be. All right, we're going to raise the type of men that are leaders of the community, committed to raising strong children with a committed woman at his side, and he at her side, working together for the betterment of the community and our children individually. All right. Okay, I appreciate your time. Thanks again. Have a great one.